Namaskar, friends. I welcome you again to episode number 22 of CNP The Mars Show. Yes, we welcome you to the world of children's books, to fantasy. Yes, the world of the rhino. No, it could be. Yes, it could be the Kaziranga of Assam game sanctuary. You know what that is? It's a game sanctuary where you can see a lot of wild animals, especially the one-horned rhino, and tigers and elephants, and loads of wild orchids and lots of varieties of other kind of plants. You must visit Assam to see the one-horned rhino. But before that, let's go into the world of the Flying Rhino, written by Manorama Jafa and illustrated by B.G. Varma. But how are we entering this world? Through the world of magic and the world of physics. Have you heard of the idea of gravitation? Well, I put something and it drops. I jump and I come down. Well, our Rehman the magician, our little rhino, wants to fly. How is he going to do that? But our Rehman, our magician, defies and does the inverse. Whatever goes up, comes down. But Rehman the magician, whatever is down, goes up. Enter the world of the Flying Rhino with Rehman the magician and the idea of flying, levitation. Enjoy CNP The Mars Show, episode number 22.
नमस्ते सब बच्चों को। कैसे हो सब बच्चे? चलिए बेटा, आज हम आपको जादू दिखाने वाले हैं गैंडे की कहानी। देखा, आप लोग सोच रहे हो कि जंगल में क्या जानवर खत्म हो गया जो गैंडा को चूज किया? क्योंकि एक दिन, 2 दिन, 3 दिन, 4 दिन, कभी भी कहानी का कुछ भी मोड़ हो सकता है, किसी भी दिन। तो आज गैंडे की कहानी करते हैं। एक गैंडा था, उसको उड़ने का मन था। है ना, खोपड़ी हिलाने वाली बात कि गैंडा कभी उड़ सकता है? नहीं। मगर देख लो गैंडे की सोच। गैंडा सोचने लगा कि यार मैं भी उड़ूं। अब गैंडा कुछ भी सोच सकता है आदमी, मैं ये बन जाऊं, मैं वो बन जाऊं, मगर गैंडे ने सोचा उड़ने के लिए। गैंडा कभी उड़ सकता है? नहीं उड़ सकता ना। नहीं। मगर देखो कहानी के अंदर आज हम गैंडे को उड़ा के दिखाएंगे। बेटा, जानवर को छोड़ दूं? छोड़ दो। आजा, कम ऑन डार्लिंग। हंसने की बात नहीं है, प्यार की भाषा है कम ऑन डार्लिंग। ये हमारे खेल का शक्ति कपूर है। शक्ति कपूर, देख लो कोरोना वायरस से कितना डर रहा है बेचारा। नीचे कर इसको। अरे बेटा, जानवर को छोड़ दूं? छोड़ दो। जानवर बड़ा तैयार है। मैं भी तैयार हूँ। अच्छा, ये भी आया है तैयार। ये भी लड़का खा पी के चला है घर से। तैयार है बच्चा हमारा। बेटा तैयार हो? तैयार है। एक कुश्ती लड़ोगे या 2? एक। अबे 2 लड़ो, ऐसा बोलो, 2 लड़ेंगे। 2 लड़ेंगे। हाँ, एक कुश्ती लड़ोगे कि 2? 2। नीचे गिरोगे के ऊपर?
ऊपर।
किसके?
तेरे।
लड़ेगा पता नहीं किससे, गिरेगा मेरे ऊपर। बेटा मेरे ऊपर मत गिरिए, बीमारी चल रही है बहुत खतरनाक। ठीक है, सोशल डिस्टेंस बना के रखो। थोड़ा 50 ग्राम खिसक ऐसे। बेटा जानवर को छोड़ दूं?
छोड़ दो।
रोक लेगा?
रोक लूंगा।
कल तो तू डर गया था।
मोटर आ गई थी।
देख लो, दुनिया मोटर में बैठने को रो रही है, मोटर से डर रहा है। मोटर आ गई थी, आज तो नहीं डरेगा?
नहीं।
छोड़ दूं?
छोड़ दे।
ये तैयार है?
मैं भी तैयार हूँ।
ये खतरनाक है?
मैं भी खतरनाक हूँ।
ये जोर वाला है?
मैं भी जोर वाला हूँ।
जो बात मैं बोलूंगा वही बात ये बोलेगा। ये तैयार है?
मैं भी तैयार हूँ।
ये पहलवान है?
मैं भी पहलवान हूँ।
ये भूतनी का है?
तू है भूतनी का।
अबे मैं इससे कह रहा हूँ,
हाँ?
मैं इससे कह रहा हूँ, जानवर से है। मुझसे कह रहा है?
हाँ।
मुझसे कहेगा डंडा मार के तेरी टांग तोड़ दूंगा।
पत्थर उठा के तेरा सिर फोड़ दूंगा।
सिर फोड़ देगा?
हाँ।
अच्छा बेटे।
अच्छा अच्छा बेटे।
देख रहे हो 50 ग्राम का है, 50 ग्राम का है और मुझे बेटा बता रहा है। इसे मैं निकालूंगा बाजा बजा के।
मैं निकालूंगा।
तू कैसे निकालेगा?
मंत्र लगा के।
मंत्र कहाँ से सीखा?
बंगाल से।
बंगाल गया था?
हाँ।
बंगाल में कितनी साल रहा?
10 साल।
और दिल्ली में?
20 साल।
देख लो 30 साल का। ये है फोटो 30 साल का। अबे 30 साल का आदमी बड़ा हो जाता है, तू छोटा कैसे हो गया?
मैं गिट्ठा हो गया।
ये गिट्ठा हो गया, चलते चलते घिस गया। और दाढ़ी मूछ कहाँ गई?
दादी मुझ चली गई।
वहाँ चल, वहाँ चल, सिंगाड़े की जड़। उल्टा उल्टा बोल रहा है। तो आज हम देखो, कहानी का शीर्षक है गैंडे का उड़ाना। मगर वो कहानी के बारे में जो बताने वाले हैं वो बताएंगे, लेकिन मैं गैंडा उड़ा के दिखाता हूँ। हमारे मैजिक के गैंडे हैं, आ जाओ सब। ये सब है, ये है तैयार। तैयार हो?
बिल्कुल तैयार।
ये एक दिन में 25 किलो बर्फी खाते हैं, 17 किलो चाय पी जाते हैं, तभी उड़ते हैं। इनका पेट्रोल है अंदर। उड़ जाओगे?
उड़ जाऊंगा।
उड़ जाओ, लेकिन ये कपड़ा जो है ना, देखो इसके अंदर कुछ नहीं है, लेकिन ये कैसे उड़ते हैं, नजर को तेज करो। चलो जी, इसमें पैक हो जाओ। 1 2 3 घुजा 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 घुजा। घसा घसा घसा। अच्छा, छोड़ दे। बहुत ज्यादा, बहुत अच्छे, बहुत अच्छे। पीछे से बेटा कर दे रहा, थोड़ा सा कपड़ा पीछे से कर दो बेटा। शाबाश। छोड़ दो थोड़ा। थोड़ा लेट जाइए मेरे भाई, बैठा बैठे नहीं उड़ना है। 50 ग्राम आगे खिसक जाओ। आगे है क्या खिसका है। देखो, अब ये देखो कैसे जाएंगे। जाना मत, वापिस आ जाना, ठीक है?
वापिस।
हाँ, यहाँ भी जरूरत है तुम्हारी। वो डंडी कहाँ है बेटा? पहले डंडी तो धरूं। देखो, ये है, इंडिया ने बनाया हवाई जहाज और हमने बनाया सफाई जहाज। बिना टिकट, बिना पासपोर्ट, बिना वीजा। ये देखो कैसे भागती है बीमारी कोरोना वायरस। 1 और 2 और 2 और 3। ये चद्दर है, ये चद्दर है, इसको मैं डाल देता हूं। पकड़ना बेटा। हाँ, जैसे मर्जी पकड़ लो, तुम्हारी माँ का राज है, वो बाप का राज है। शाबाश। फूलों में जाएगी। चावले। शाबाश। अब देखो कैसे जाएगा ये। 1 2 नीचे आजा, नीचे आजा। शाबाश, भूल गई। बहुत अच्छी। चलो कपड़ा बेटा कपड़ा समेट दो जरा। कपड़ा समेट दो मेरे भाइयों, मेरे दोस्तों। बहुत अच्छे। पीछे दिखाओ, कमर दिखाओ, कमर कमर। उड़ने वाली कोई मछली। और इसी के साथ सब लोगों को हमारा नमस्कार, धन्यवाद एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच।
So friends, wow, you saw the world of flying with Rehman the magician. Aha, he's not going to tell you how he's done it. But let me tell you, we will take you to yet the world of the Flying Rhino with Arupa dancer, Bharatnatyam dancer, Arupa Lahiry, where Rhino, Mr. Rhino, shows you the world of nature, butterflies and much more with Arupa Lahiry, from the world of magic to the world of stories and fantasy, a book written by Manorama Jafa, illustrated by B.G. Varma, I'm sorry.
Hello, from the lands of India and its beautiful northeastern state, the dense, dark jungles of Assam, I bring for you this wonderful tale about whom? About a one-horned rhino, a jolly, bubbly fellow he was, and he stayed by a cool pond with his parents and his friends. Nobody has ever seen this rhino crying. Such a happy-go-lucky fellow he was. And one day, early in the morning, when he was just finishing his breakfast of what? Not of chocos, but tender young leaves. Suddenly, on his horn came and settled a yellow little butterfly, fluttering. It danced all around the rhino. Do you want to see the dance? The dance of butterfly. 1, 2, 3, and that kitter, that kitter, that kitter, that dee, 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 that kitter, that kitter, that kitter, that that kitter, that kitter, that kitter, that dee, that kitter, that kitter, that kitter, that dee. Ah, yes, that's how this shiny yellow little butterfly danced and mesmerized our friend Rhino. And the little rhino looked up in amazement, wonderstruck. He has never seen something so beautiful. But it started and set him on thinking. He thought, and as he thought, he grew sad. The butterfly has wings. The fly has wings. The birds have wings. But I am a rhino. So what? I also must have wings. And like when you make up your minds, there's no way to dissuade you. Our rhino too was firm and resolute in his decision. And this jolly little fellow, whom nobody has ever seen sad, grew sadder and sadder till fat tears started rolling down his cheeks. Everybody got worried. His mummy came and asked him, "What happened? Why are you crying?" His papa came and asked him, "What happened? Why are you crying?" His friends came and asked him, "What happened? Why are you crying?" But our rhino did not answer anybody. He was silent and sad, and he could not stop crying. No longer he went to the pond, despite the unbearable scorching heat of summer. He no longer enjoyed his meal of fresh tender leaves, no matter how hungry he was. He shunned everything, and he sat in a corner and he cried and he sulked because he wanted 2 wings. Then one night, when everybody was deep in sleep, he went out and left his home. He walked, and he walked, and he walked, and he walked, and he walked. 80 miles he crossed. And then, tired, under a big tree, he sat down and started sobbing uncontrollably. Up on the tree lived a mother sparrow. Hearing these sobs, she looked down and she saw our rhino crying. His heart melted for him. And she came fluttering down, sat on his shoulders and asked him, "Why are you crying, my dear boy?" Her sweet voice melted Rhino's heart and somehow stopped the tears from flowing. But he was not happy. So with a sad voice, with a choking voice, he answered, "I want 2 wings." The mother sparrow could not stop her laughter. But then she became serious and she said, "Funny wish you have got. Okay, no worries. You sit here." And she flew away. But before she flew, she told him to eat some leaves and have some fruits. So she went away. She flew away far and wide, above the lands of the clouds, over the river Brahmaputra. She flew. And then, after 4 hours had passed by, in between the rhino had become quite anxious. She came back. She sat down on the tree and happily she screamed, "Oh, I've got good news for you." The rhino looked up and said, "Please tell me." So she said, "Across the lands, in the ruins of Tejpur, there stays a goddess who grants every wish." Hearing this, the rhino started off. The mother sparrow called and said, "Remember to go north, then turn east, and then go north again, and you will land the ruins of Tejpur." Very soon, Rhino reached the ruins of Tejpur, and there he found the altar of the goddess who fulfills all the wishes. And there he plucked some leaves and some ripe fruits, offered them all to the goddess, and sat in meditation. With great difficulty, he He even managed to sit cross-legged. Deep in meditation, he prayed and he prayed for 4 hours. And then, suddenly, as the dawn started breaking, he realized some tiny prickings on his shoulders. Look, there were 2 fresh wings coming out. Happily, the rhino flew on the sky. He tried this, he tried that, he tried somersaults in the wind and tried many things. And as he flew, he looked down and he saw that tree where his friend, the mother sparrow, stayed. So he called out to her and said, "Oh, sparrow, see what I have got. I've got wings." But from the far above, his voice sounded hoarse, and everybody, the rabbits, the squirrels, and the sparrows, became very scared. They did not know who this demon was, and they hid. Some hid behind the leaves, some hid behind the flowers, and some inside the holes on the tree trunk. But our rhino, you know that he was not a fellow to give up easily. So what did he do? He came down, he flew down, and he sat on the tree. But he forgot that after all, he was a rhinoceros. And what happened? Plonk broke the tree. And with the tree, the rhino, the rabbits, the squirrels, and the birds all fell down like the Humpty Dumpty. They all fell down on the ground. And the rabbits and the squirrels got so angry that they bit him all over. Saving his life, the rhino flew up and away. After flying quite a while, he started feeling tired. He wanted to rest. So down he came swooping to the ground. But because he was up there and his eyes are very tiny, so he could not gauge, and he landed on an ant hill. And you know what happened? The ants bit him all over. His face became swollen, his nose became swollen, and to escape, he flew up again. But those rashes were irritating him, scratching and hot. He wanted to cool himself. And he saw a gentle river flowing. So what? He dived inside the water. Cool it was, and soon his skin started relaxing. But what he did not realize is under the water there was somebody, a lurking danger which was coming closer and closer and closer till it opened its mouth. And there it was, the crocodile, and as soon as it was about to close its jaws and swallow our rhino, he saw it and he flew up again. But by now, the rhino was so tired and he started thinking, no place in the land, no place in the water, no place in the sky, no friends to play with. Where do I go? Off it went again, to the ruins of Bijpur, to the wishing goddess. And this time, he prayed, not just for 4 nights and 4 days. He prayed hard till the full moon became a sliver, till the sun ran its full course, 365 days and nights. He prayed and he prayed and he prayed. Om, Om, Om. Suddenly, one day, he heard the voice of the wishing goddess. No more foolishness, my little rhino. Off you go, and do not come back again. Be happy with what you have. And soon the two heavy wings fell off. Our happy rhino went back home to his parents and to his friends, the known territory, his home in the dark, dense, deep forests of Kaziranga, beside the cool pond. And there he lived happily ever after. So, my dear friends, think before you wish, because you never know when the goddess might fulfill all your wishes. Did you like the story? Then don't forget to click and subscribe on our YouTube channel, CNP Tamasho.
So friends, I hope you enjoyed episode number 22, the Flying Rhino and the world of fantasy and the world of actually flying with the magician. From next week, we are going to come only on weekends, but you will continue to hear some fascinating stories of these folk performers and also the storytellers and several other musicians, especially acrobats, magicians, snake charmers, puppeteers, drummers, dancers, and much more. Continue tuning with us, like our YouTube page and our Facebook page, and do subscribe and do donate. We move on, more stories with the world of performing folk performers and other performers.